Welcome everyone, it's Rhonda from A Little Bit French, and if you're new, welcome to our channel. We have a lot of fun on this channel, and today is going to be a little bit different. I've been doing a lot of my design team projects, but I wanted to work with some of these original French documents, antique French documents. I don't know if you can see that color. It's almost like a sea foam. A light, very pretty green, and I've been hanging on to these too long. This one is actually more blue, but it's time. So what I'm going to try is to make a journal out of these original documents and some book pages and some other music and ledger pieces that I have. And let me measure it for you. Now, if you don't have originals, you can certainly find beautiful digitals in all these colors, and I'll list some of my favorite digital shops below. But this one is all mine. This is 9.5 by 4, about 4. No, maybe 3 3/4. But this one is going to be unattached. I'm going to wrap it in, but we're going to decorate this piece on top. And I'm going to show you how I added these book pages in. What I did was I took 2 of these rag paper book pages, and boy, that is not very straight. I didn't use my paper trimmer, so I'm going to try to straighten that out by my eye. That's a little better. Doesn't have to be perfect. What I did was I took 2 of these rag paper pages, and I left one of the pages with some room on the side, and I lost all that beautiful natural edging, but what are you gonna do? And I just ran a little bit of glue. Can go back and add more glue. And because these are all originals, I kind of want what goes in this journal to be originals. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm probably going to be using these original photographs because I buy them and then I don't want to use them. Not kidding. That's why I have a basket full of photos, because I don't want to use them. Oh, I did not know that was going to go over pages, but not to worry. It's okay. And then if I don't finish it in this video, I'll just finish it and come back and add the flip through like I did the other video. That worked out pretty well. There. So that's sort of an attachment, and I could still cut that page down if I wanted. So I've got some in here. Oh, I've got a lot of the book pages. Didn't realize. Let's try here and see how far it sticks out. Yeah, it sticks out quite a bit. Quite a bit. So I'm just going to trim it, and using my scissors as a weight. So I hope everyone is doing well. We had another little bunny incident, but it's not a sad story. I was talking to my husband. He was in his office here at home and gabbing on and on. And I looked out his office window and I said, oh, look at that little baby. It was I bet that little rabbit was that big, the bunny. He was just tiny. And I'm telling him, be quiet, be quiet. He goes, Rhonda, how did it get in the backyard? Because we had to block all of the gates and holes, you know, like decorative holes in the brick or in the, what do you call it? The stone. Oh my gosh, no. The block wall. We have block walls between houses, and he thought maybe he blocked them all, but somehow that little bunny got in. And the reason we don't want him in the backyard is because of the pool. And if something frightens them, they just take off. They don't even look. They just zoom away. And they've ended up in our pool, and there's nothing for them to grab onto, and it's not a good story. So he quietly went back there, but he couldn't find it. It was gone. Somehow they're getting in. So we try to leave vegetables in the front yard to keep them from the backyard. Okay, back to why we're here. What I want to do is add some of these pieces I made last night. It's going to be fun. Look at those. What happened was I bought on Amazon these pressed baby's breath. I've tried to press baby's breath. It's a mess. So you can go on Amazon and you can find them, dried flowers. They're pressed for you. And then Angie was sending me my Happy Mail with all the pressed flowers. So I have a combination of all of the pressed flowers. I was going to grab the thing, but it's, you know, the baby's breath really kind of falls apart eventually. You have to be so careful, but I love it. It looks so delicate, and it is delicate. So I was decorating last night, trying to prepare for this video, and I want to add these to it, the journal. And then another note is that I recently was contacted with a question of which video I have, is it cracky? No. That shows how to do binding. She said, I made my journal. I folded all my papers, but how do I bind it in? And then I had to look on my videos to see how I did that, because it's kind of hard to explain it, and I just gave her what video it was, a link. But a lot of times in the beginning, even though I've been doing this almost 4 years, well, it's been 4 years actually, I wouldn't do the binding on video because that's when, in my journal making world, you know, it always messed up. You know, if I wasn't filming, it would be fine. So I don't always bind my journals on camera, but I will today, and I hope you're watching. And she just said she was from the Netherlands. It's so exciting to talk to people and share things. And then I'll show you one more thing that one of my buyers of my journals, and a story with that as well. Let me get it now so I don't forget, because I'll forget. It's right here. Where to go? Where to go? Here it is. Okay, sorry about that. I'm right here. I'll tell you a story that goes with this. Oh, it's funny. All right, let me put it here so I can see it. Okay, so we're going to bind this, and I wish I could remember your name. And now I've got a little shelf. I ordered shelves for in front of me so I can grab things easily and keep room on my little desk here. So anyway, we're going to bind this little journal with just a three hole, because even though I gave her the video that I do that in, she may need to see it again. So we'll just see. Usually it's not a big deal. Oops, got to have a big needle. I have actually 2 sizes, and I don't know where they came from. I have this size and that size. And if your journal is really, really big, you might want to buy one of these owls. It's an owl tool. I don't know how they spell it. AWL, or I don't know. And you can poke your holes that way. You can buy a book binding, kind of a wooden holder for it, so you don't have to hold it with one hand and try to maneuver that. Or you can use a book, which, again, I don't have handy. So I'm going to see, I'm going to eyeball the middle. And usually this goes right in. I do it right, one in the middle and one on the bottom and one on the top. And I just eyeball it. Okay? Yeah, the awl tool. Very handy. Get that string. And then I just use what string I have handy. I have wax string. I have all kinds of string. But this is what I use because it works. So then, I'm sorry, you go wherever you want to tie it, and I always like to tie it on the inside. That's the hole you go in first. If you want to tie it on the outside, you go in that part. Okay, I know the hole's big enough. There we go. Okay, so you go in the middle, you come out, you go in that top part, and then you bring it through, and you're going to go in the bottom part. Okay, I kind of pull it tight. Now you want to go back in the middle. See, this is why I don't do this that often. I'm not kidding. It doesn't want to go in. Wow. All right. Make sure that the hole is big enough. It'll get in there eventually. Nope. Got it. Okay, and then you want to make sure that here, I'll show you once I get that pulled through. Okay, so you've got that in the middle again. You want that middle piece, you want one string on one side of it and one string on the other side. And then you're going to trim it. Put your needle away. Pull it kind of taut. I always double tie. And you can leave your string as long as you want. And there you go. She's all bound up. All ready to go. Now you can smooth out the pages. There you go. Just kind of smooth them out. Pretty colors. Just love them. All right, we're going to put that aside for now. And let's go through the photos that I might want to add. And I had some ideas what to do with these photos. Some of them are going to have to be changed, but I love them. This reminds me of my friend that's on my Sampool design team. Her name is Pat. And Pat has the most beautiful garden I've ever seen. And so Pat, this reminds me of you with her in her garden. Looks like she's got some long stems. But these are some of the photos that are going to go in here. And here's some more. We're going to decide which ones go in. I don't know if that one's going to go in. But I'll put that one in as well. Because I think that one I lost for about a year. And then I found it. Made me happy. Okay, so let's decide how we're going to do this, because I want some of these in here. I also took, I don't know if you can see that, I took my gold extra fine tip gold shake and draw Artistro pen, and I went around the corners, the edges with gold, just to give it just a little bit more dimension. So I think I'm going to add it like right there. I'm just going to do some very light decorating. I think I want the journal to be appreciated for its colors. This color is just so beautiful. And it's not doing anyone any good sitting in my basket of papers. So we've got that one. And now this is a big space here. So I can add a photo. And I don't know which one I want. I'm looking. I like her. I think she should go there. And what I'm going to do is pretty much just glue the corners, and then I slip a note inside. I just thought that out real quickly. I love when that happens. Okay. All right, we got that. So, say someone wrote a note and they wanted to keep it in there like this nice tissue, original tissue document. I'm going to fold it up. And I'm going to add a little bit of flowers. Oh, so pretty. I don't know which side. Both sides. I think there's two on this one. No. We're going to take that off. And that's too long. There we go. We're going to add that. Oh my goodness. I get so excited. Move you gals over. Here we go. Now, someone once told me a way to cover these once they're down. But boy, that was a long time ago. I think it was Cheryl. If you're watching, Cheryl, please remind me in the comments. Because I'm old and I don't remember. thought that was two separate pieces of that. Aww. You know, I just like to put some book page on them. Kind of extra hold them down. Like that. And then I'm going to take that part off. Now see, that's too wet to put in there, but that's going to go in there. So we've already made that decision. Looking. Oh. I need a photo that I like there, or perhaps more of this. I need a smaller one. Well, I thought I had other scraps. Oh, here. I don't mind putting something on there, but not at the moment. Okay, there's another big space here. I think we're going to add her. And the same thing. Oh, her name is Irma Irene Richards, 1930 now, Mrs. John. Oh, I can't read that. Yana, I can't read it. Wow, that's rare that you get the whole name and the year. Keep it down, hopefully. And we're going to put something inside that little side. You never know with me. I'm going to put that there. It says Francais. Okay, we're getting there. Like I said, if in this little session I don't finish, I will definitely add to this. It's still wet. If I could find the right page, that could be, you know, kind of a... Yeah, we can do it. It's so pretty. Let me see if I can get away with that much glue. Get it down. Yeah, that's gonna work. Okay. We need another photo. What are these girls doing? They're standing. Wow, that almost doesn't look real, because I can't see their legs. I see a pier. That's strange. Okay. Got a little bit of strange going on here. You have to be careful when you're tearing these, because it could go sideways real quick. There we go. I didn't mean for that to be so edgy. I think I put them down there. Maybe it was the camera's fault and the, you know, because there could be double exposure. You take one picture and you don't wind it, and then you take another picture, and sometimes it just goes over that. First one. Did that get down? Yep. There we go. We got those girls. And tell me if you don't think that looks strange. Where's their legs? Okie doke. Then I wanted to add some lace. A little bit. Where's my favorite lace? I love this lace. I don't know where I want to put it because it has to be a page that can hold it. And this is very old French music sheet. So I'm going to say that's the one. And then, did I keep it? I need, what is that? Oh, it's tissue paper. I'll use this. I like to protect the pages near it before I glue. Okay, let's see if that'll do. Well, helps if you don't drag it through the glue, Rhonda. There we go. Got one down. Let that sit a bit. There we go. And I will say, since I have about 16, 17 people that want to know when I'll have journals available, I have about 5 journals started. This is 6. And they get offered first. So this one is not for sale. I'm going to offer those ladies that requested a journal first. And then if they don't want it, then maybe I'll have a video again where I have several available. Now I like this photo with the cars, so I don't want to tear it. So I'm going to see if it'll fit. It won't fit. I think this will. Get these sticker in there, and then I'll find something bigger to go in the back. Let's see, I've got so much. This could be folded. We'll rip that off and add it somewhere else. And I will just fold it and put her back there just to give it some more height. Okay. I don't think there we go. I got that one done. Keep looking. So yeah, this one is not available yet. That's just I kind of want something here. Could make a pocket there. Huh. Well, let's see our little surprise letter. Will it fit in there? Kind of difficult, because I'll tell you why. I don't know if it'll go in this way. No. No, no, no. Will it fit in here? Nope. Shoot. That is actually, I don't want to tear that part off. It's so pretty. All right, we're going to have to tear this part off. Hurting my heart right now. Oh, there's tape there. I'm like, what is, why won't it tear? And then this will tear. That tape is what messed it up. Now let's see if it'll fit in there. Barely. Barely. But we're going to keep trying, even though it's stuck on my finger. There. There we go. Not that those flowers will be there. She's got a flower in her hair. Can you see that? She's got a flower in her hair. Okay. So this is the middle. Yeah. And then the middle is a French original from a music book. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, so pretty. Okay, so now what other ones do I have left? I don't think I do. Did I use them all? We're going to have to make some more. You have to be careful when you... Oh, here it is. I knew I had... These are French receipts for food, for maybe a restaurant. These are from Monahan Papers, and I just love them. They're great. So I'm going to fold one of these up and put in here. So here we've got the space for a photo. So I want to add a photo in there. These ladies fits perfectly, although I am going to trim a little bit more. On the side. There we go. Now they fit. This one would probably hold a bigger note letter. There we go. Hold it down. There you go. And, you know, you can add pages, book pages to it. I'm just not thinking that far ahead yet, because when I create a journal, if you don't take your time, you won't be happy with it. So I'm going to put that down. Because it just looked like it was asking for that. That little piece there. Okay. Are we dry? And then we still have to decorate this. I know there's another big piece. I don't know what I did with it. I guess that's the one I'm thinking of. And I don't have much left. I'm going to go this way and make some more with the flowers. Because look at that. That is just so pretty. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I have glue all over me. I'm trying to get the glue off my finger. Okay, doke. And I'm looking for some papers. I like that. Look how cute that is. I'm just going to cut it because I don't want to accidentally rip it. And I'm going to cut it again. Oops. There we go. I'm telling you, if I don't seriously get rid of some of my scraps. There, we got that one. That's drying. Oh, here it is. There's some more papers. I need to get rid of my scraps. Not make more scraps. Oh, I don't know why. I just love that there. Just right there, smack in the middle. Okay. Oh, man. I am loving this journal. Love, love, love. These girls, look at those dresses. I don't know if you can see that because of the glare. I can tell I'm going to have to spend a little extra time on this, and I have to decorate this. So I'm going to pause you, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I am back with the finished journal. I absolutely love this journal. It's very different from anything I've ever made. I used all original photos, all original papers, antique French papers at that, and book pages. And I apologize in advance that there might be glare. I can't remember how to remove that glare. But this is the flip through for this. Again, this isn't available until I've reached out to people who requested my next journal. So we'll see how that goes. And if they aren't interested, then I will do another sale video where I tell you the price and how many pages and all of that, and then you can email me. This is the cover, and the cover is just a beautiful seafoam green, beautiful antique paper letter from France, and it's double-sided, written on, and that is the cover, and it's loose. And here is the journal. I kept it kind of plain so you could really appreciate all of the details. And here is a photograph that I did in the video attached with a little letter inside. Let's see if we can get that to open up a little bit better. And again, I don't remember enjoying creating journals as much as I have lately, and I don't know what the difference is, but I'm happy because you don't want it to seem like a chore. And here is another little booklet with an original photograph, and it's just a little tiny booklet. And this is a antique French invoice. And here's another photograph and another little piece of ephemera inside. And I added trim. And just, I wish you could feel these papers. They're really, really unique. And here's another photograph. They're at the docks. We talked about that. And then in this pocket, I added another original photograph and some sort of French receipt. And I made a pocket out of a French receipt, and inside is another photograph and a piece of ephemera. Oops. As you can see, any of the scraps that were made, I kept. And then I added some lace on that book page, and here is an up tuck and more ephemera with a photograph. It looks like a wedding photograph, and they're on the beach. I'm trying to not have glare. That one isn't so bad, actually. Put that in there. And then here is another added photograph. Two young ladies. Added a little bit of ribbon flowers, or embroidery flowers. And then in the middle, it's more ephemera. And of course I'm using those pressed, dried baby's breath. And here's a great photograph. Look at those dresses. And then here is a French letter, all original. And then I made a belly band here, and this is that photograph of the girls in the car. Oh, I hope you can see that. It's very shiny. And then I made this pocket. It's just some friends hanging out. And then this is a belly band, lace belly band with a great photograph. I hope you can see her hat. And then some leftover ephemera. There we go. And another belly band and some of the baby's breath loose. And then I added it at the bottom as well. And I just love this trim. Great for a short page. More trim. And then just a little piece of a torn photograph. And then I added this white trim here. And then these ladies, they have a note in here as well. I hope that's not glaring. I added this very, very tiny piece of book page. And this is a very shiny photograph of a mom and babies. I hope that's not glaring. And at the back, we have another photograph, and she's at a lake. Let me hold it up. In her hat. I see people rowing in the background. And I added this photograph and some ephemera. It fits quite nicely in there. And there you have it, that beautiful sea foam, robin's egg blue, some of it. And there you have the journal. I hope you enjoyed that. That is my process. I work rather quickly. I try to make decisions rather quickly, but sometimes that just doesn't come out when I'm filming. But I'll have a lot of journals available for the ladies on the list. And so keep looking in your emails if you've contacted me, and we'll get a journal to you as soon as I can. And so this one is going out to them. Let me tell you the story of this trim that one of my customers, sweet lady, her name is Nisha, and she wondered when I did the sample design journal, I wrapped it in this, if you remember. You can look back at my prior videos. What happened was I ordered this on Etsy, and I thought it was only a half this size. When I got it, I couldn't believe the size. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? So I wrapped that journal with it because the colors just seemed to go really well. And Nisha has a church group of ladies that when she purchased the journal, she took it to her, they must have some kind of book club, and so she showed them my journal, well, her journal now, and they said, what is that fabric on top? And she kept asking me, and I just said, I don't know what it's called. It's very rough. It's almost like it's not straw, but I don't know what it is. I have to be honest. Burlap, I'm trying to think. And so I'm going to be sending Nisha and her lady friends, since they're so enthralled with this, I'm going to be sending them some of it because you can see how much I have. And so when and if I have a journal sale, I will be selling bunches of this if anyone's interested. So that's my fabric story, and I thank you for watching and spending a little time with me. I know how precious time is, and there's so many wonderful journal makers out there, and I'm happy you chose to watch my video. So I will be back next week, and I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.